Hello everyone. Thanks for coming along on day one of our vacation over to Stanley, Idaho. So right now we're pulling into Mackay, Idaho, which is about 70 miles west of Idaho Falls. And we're just going to pull over and stretch our legs for a minute and just kind of check out this little park on the side of the road here. This park here is actually a memorial for all the people that have lost their lives to terrorism or combating terrorism over the years. And that's one thing I like about these little towns. They always have these neat little parks that either have some kind of history or memorial, so it's always neat to pull over and check them out. Right here's a picture of the memorial, and we'll go ahead and let you take a look at the plaque there in the middle of that memorial. So now we're heading our way into Mackay, Idaho, which is probably about 30 miles or so up the road from Mackay. These old towns, man, they got this cool old architecture and a lot of these old buildings. It's neat how they repurpose all this stuff and keep it around. I know they just need them, but it's neat for people to see that what it used to look like back in the day. And we're gonna pull over here and get some lunch, and we always like stopping at these little diners here in these little towns. 9 times out of 10, the food's really good in these places, and it's kind of neat to pull in there and maybe get a little history lesson about the town. Amy Lou's is a pretty good place to eat. I recommend it. So now we're gonna head on out of Mackay now, and just to the left there is Mackay Reservoir. And if you're looking for a place to camp, there's a BLM campground right there on the shores. And it's a pretty nice campground. It's pretty well kept up and nice place. Good views. You got a lake right there, and over to behind you there you have a nice mountain range to look at. They also allow camping in the the city park, I should say. And I believe the camping's free there. And every year they host a motorcycle rodeo there in town, and I'm hoping next year I'll be able to get over there and check that out and bring that to you guys. So now we're just kind of cruising on down the road here, and that mountain range to the right has the highest peak in Idaho, Bora Peak. It's a pretty popular destination for a lot of mountain climbers, and see quite a few people heading up there and getting pictures. And this video really doesn't do this area justice. It's pretty neat. There's a ton of different colors in there, and just the ruggedness of those mountains and the height of them doesn't really show on the video. Now we're heading on into Challis, Idaho. We're going to get some fuel, and you can see it has a Family Dollar, so if you need to grab something, if you forgot something at home, you can stop in there and get it. There's a grocery store and everything too, and this is about the last place you can stop to get fuel before you head on up to Stanley, so it's definitely you want to do that. Well, now we're in the canyon of the Salmon River, heading up towards Stanley. If I remember right, this is about a 50-mile run up through here, and you just follow the canyon, and that's nice twisty roads. The roads are in pretty good shape. There was one place of construction here when we went through this time, but you just never know what you're going to find. I mean, they're always working on these roads up and through here, but as you can see, it's kind of deserty right now. And as we get closer and closer to Stanley, we'll get higher and higher in elevation, and you'll get a little more trees, a little more greenery as we get closer. So I'll just quit talking here for a little bit and let you guys enjoy the view. miles or so, maybe a little farther, I'm not sure. And the wife said she was getting a little warm and wanted to stretch her legs, so we're just going to pull off the road here and find us a shady spot by the river, and just kind of kick back, stretch our legs, and relax for a few minutes. So we'll just cruise on in here and check out this nice view of the river. Well, after about 15 minutes or so, we've resumed our ride, and it's not too far into Stanley from here. And along this river, you find a bunch of hot springs. There's just some neat areas just along here to pull over and relax or do whatever you like. Well, I'll quiet back down and let you enjoy the views again. Well, we're approaching Stanley now, and as you can see, the Sawtooth Mountains are starting to come into view. This is a neat area here. This is the weekend after Labor Day, and you can see there's still a lot of green grass out there in the fields. Usually you wouldn't see that, but we've had a really nice year, so it's good to see we had a good year this year. And now we're pulling on into Stanley proper, and I'm not sure if you saw on the sign there, but I believe it said that the population is 78. So you can pretty much bet that the tourists in this town probably outnumber the residents 3 to 1, as there are a lot of people in this town right now for a town of 78 people. And there's not a lot to it. They got a few hotels and a couple of bars and restaurants and one little grocery store and a gas station. So there's one of the hotels there to the right, and you got your grocery store and your gas station there on the left. We're going to pull into town here, and we're heading into downtown Stanley, they call it. And this is where our hotel is and where a lot of the bars and restaurants are. As you can see, once you get off the highway, the roads turn to dirt. So, you know, this is a pretty primitive place. Our hotel's there, the one with the green roof. We're going to pull on in here and then get checked into our room and get our stuff taken off the bike, and then make our way over to Redfish Lake. So we got all checked in, and now we're heading over to Redfish Lake. It's about a 6-mile ride, I should say, over to Redfish Lake from Stanley. This is a real popular area. They have a lot of campgrounds, three I think, and they fill up really fast. So if you'd like to camp in this area, make sure that you get your reservations early, and you can see why it's so popular. The view of these mountains is gorgeous. This whole area is just amazing. You don't find very many places like this in the United States. It's really cool to be able to go to a place like this. You can see those mountains are just awesome. And once we get to the lake, you'll see how nice it is too. It's a beautiful view up here. Now we're getting ready to pull in here to the parking lot by the lake. There's a little beach right here. They do charge $8 as of the filming of this video for a day use. I only had $7 in my wallet, so we didn't stick around very long because we don't want to get in trouble with the rangers. So we just pulled in, took a picture, and then got back out of here. We're about ready to wrap the video up here. I'll end it with a picture. I do thank you for coming along on our first day of our vacation over to Stanley and Redfish Lake. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe and hit that bell notification button. So you guys ride safe and take care. Thanks.